everybody, and welcome back to Memoirs and Some, the podcast. It's your girl, Myia Dominique, and I have my boo with me, Miss Cortnae. Yes. I'm going to let her introduce herself before I put y'all in our business or whatever.
Hello. I'm Cortnae Galatspan.
Okay. Who are you, Cortnae Galatspan?
I am Maya's friend.
Tell us about yourself.
About myself? Okay, let's see what you want to know.
Like a little synopsis. If you could give me a 2-minute spiel on who is Cortnae. Boom.
Okay. Cortnae is kind-hearted, free-spirited, energetic individual. Absolutely. Who loves working with, the underserved population. Been doing that for some time now, for the past, let's say, 11 years.
I was going to say 11, 12 years.
So been working with the underserved population, moms, babies, all of that good stuff. Originally from Florida, moved up here to Chicago for graduate school and been up here ever since. Been up here since 2006, so I'm still here.
Okay.
So just doing what I do best, what I love to do, work with moms, families. So that's how I met Miss Myia over here.
Yes, it is. It is. So that is my friend. I'm not gonna put y'all in our business, but that's my boo. It's my good friend. And she's my other married friend. I only have 2, and y'all met 1, so there's 2 of 2. That's it. The rest of them for the streets. But I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. But in all seriousness, so today I have Cortnae. Cortnae has her master's in psychology, right?
Mm-hmm. Clinical psychology.
So with that, she deals with, like she just said, kind of give you all the introduction of family services, working with the underprivileged population, working with moms. So she kind of sees a lot. She does see a lot. She sees... What do you see? Everything. Before I get to telling your business.
I see everything. Everything that I could possibly, you could not even imagine seeing. I see it all because I do a lot of home visits. So it's not like, they just come into the office. I'm actually out there in the community, in their home, in their environment.
Yeah.
So I see it all.
Okay. So with that, friend, when I decided to use you for this topic, like I said, I'm very strategic with how I pick people to do topics because of the dialogue. You have to be able to to talk about something, you have to be able to experience it, I think. And for me, I was like, wow, this would be a good one, protecting your peace. Mm-hmm. Because when you go out into those places, you're doing your work, it's hard that work may not come home, but it may come home. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to make that difference or decipher when enough is enough, mm-hmm. or what's the cutoff, and kind of protecting your energy because yes, you're doing good work, but what about you? Mm-hmm. That comes with it. And I know for me, I'm a mom. Mm-hmm. So I got a whole lot of that. What about me? Mm-hmm. Then that wife piece, you know all about that. Mm-hmm. It's all about me. Mm-hmm. I'm just but that wife piece is something else too. So protecting your peace. What's up?
Protecting your peace. So that's something that we all need to strive to do. Yeah. There's many layers to that, protecting your peace. So that can come into like knowing how to set boundaries. Yeah. But like Myia said, boundaries, you don't want to bring home work stuff. You don't want to bring home all the things that you witnessed at work, experienced at work, feeling at work. You don't want to bring that home. You don't want that to spill over into your personal life. It does. Yeah. It's hard for it to not to if that's like something that you're passionate about. So it spills over. But you just have to know how to set the boundaries. Essentially, you don't want to start developing, all these other issues like, being stressed, all these other stressors that then leads into like health problems and everything. So knowing how to set boundaries from work. When you leave work, you're off. That's just that. So if you're not on call, once you leave work, whether it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, that's it. That's your cutoff time. You're off. Everything else is focused on you, your family, your husband, whoever you got going on.
Important, right? So with that, friend, so protecting your peace, and like you just said, you hit a good point. It's different aspects to that. It's different layers because each part of your life is different. You know, when you at work, you're this person. And when I say different, not that you're a different person in its entirety, but your professionalism, you turn it on, you turn it off. When you in the club, that's something different. When you at a family function, that's something different. Even when you at your in-laws, you know, you're probably not as comfortable as you are with me. I don't give a fuck. But everybody handles stuff different. You know what I'm saying? So with that, the boundaries is a big thing. And I guess break that down for me from professional and personal. Because your personal boundaries, sometimes I have to tell my kids, like, I need 5 minutes. And people be like, you really do that? Hell yeah, I do that to my kids. I need 20. 5 is a start. But, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hell yeah. Am I on to something?
Yeah, we all need boundaries, you know, from your kids, your husband. You need some you time. You definitely need you time. That's all a part. You having self-care. Self-care, that's very important. So boundaries, you know, like I said, you know, once you leave work, that's your cutoff time. You're not answering any emails, no any text messages from your supervisor, from any clients, co-workers. I mean, unless you know you and your co-workers have like a friendship or something.
Right. That's
that's a little different. But
right.
Anything pertaining to work, you leave that there. I'll see you in the morning at 9 o'clock, whatever your start time is. I'll see you in the morning at 9 o'clock and we can discuss that then. You know, if I get a text or something that's related to work, I don't respond back until I'm at work.
Next business day, yeah.
Until my next start time at work. And that's just something that I'm just now really starting to grasp. You know, starting off in this line of work, you know, I was just all over the place. You know, I did not protect my peace. I did not set up boundaries. You know, I just, you know, did everything within, you know, for my clients, trying to make sure that they were good. You know, it didn't matter if I was good. You know, I felt like I was getting burnt out, you know, responding back to them 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night if they're texting, if they have a problem. Well, what can I do at 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock at night? I'm not the police.
Yeah, and a lot of times, you know, we are fixated, especially in our line of work. You get fixated on the client. Even as a nurse, from being a nurse, I've worked in a hospital and I've worked in other nursing facilities outside of just working as a case manager too. And that makes a difference. When you have that passion about what you're doing, you don't. You have a real hard time with protecting your peace and setting boundaries and keeping that mentality, because it's like sometimes it can be like a game and go on and on, so to speak. You know, one situation you feel like you got that under control, like, okay, I'm good with this. Now in this other aspect in your life, you like, what the fuck? Now it's something totally different. So that definitely makes a difference. Now that was the professional standpoint. Now from your personal aspect, because you know, I know you are married, and not even just from being married. You know, your mom, your grandmother. I know sometimes that can get overbearing, just depending on what you have going on.
Right.
You know, so I guess for work is a little easier to cut off. The personal things is a lot harder. It's a lot harder to tell my husband, like, I ain't gonna like be. You know, it is harder to do that opposed to you tell your boss, no, I'm just not coming. And that's just that.
Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult, you know, with the personal boundaries, just because of, you know, that's your personal relationship. You're a little bit closer to those relationships, and you really care, you know, about, you know, these people and how they're feeling, and you know, you want to make sure that they're good all the time. All the time, you want to make sure that they're good. And then it's like, what about you? You make sure that you're good all the time. So you got to make sure that you are good all the time. So even if you're married, you know, in a relationship, a partner, whoever, you just have to set those boundaries, set those limits. Okay, this is what I can do. This is what I cannot do. Especially if someone is always about taking. like you are the giver, they are the receiver all the time. So you just have to know when to say, okay, I can't give you any more than this, and it's okay to say that.
Right.
It's okay to say no. That was something that I had a hard time with saying no for a long time, but now I have no problem. I have no problem with saying no.
Roll off your tongue like China.
And people might say, "Oh, you're mean now. Like, what's wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with me. I'm setting boundaries. This is protecting my mental space because I have to be mentally functional and good for me."
Yeah. And people don't get that. They don't get that one term and slogan. You got to be good for you. It goes the same in alignment with loving other people. You can't love anybody until you love yourself. And so they all tie together. When you're protecting your peace, when you're setting those boundaries, when you know what's enough for you, and you're able to display that and convey that. You don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be like, bitch, I don't want to be bothered. You don't have to go that way. It can always be well said or nicely said. And then once you stand on it and set them, whether they agree or not, it has to be respected. And you have to put that in perspective for me. Sometimes people don't respect it. I often have to tell some family members, like, no, I said no. I meant no. You can't go to my mom and then you're like, oh, no. I said no. And I guess for me, our family was real close. Like, everybody's real tight knit, everybody in, everybody is. Well, select. And at that point, when it's like that, it's sometimes a sense of, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now. But it's almost like people feel like they have to be in business, like it's entitlement.
Yeah, entitlement.
It's the entitlement to be in your area, in your space, and it's like, no. Because like, look, you pay your own bills, right? I pay mine too. At that point, I can say what I can and can't deal with, or what I am and am not going to deal with.
Family or not.
Family or not.
Family or not. That's a tough point right there. Family.
That's why I said, we talked about the professional. That's why I said the professional is kind of easy, so to speak, to say, oh, I'm just not going to do this, or I'm just not going to do this. And I know I have that attitude. We have license will travel. I ain't got to stay here. You don't want to abide by what I can produce or can't produce. You don't want to abide by what I can give and what I can't give. Don't worry about it. I don't got to be here. That's my attitude. Everybody don't have that attitude, but still being able to decipher, no, you still have to respect my time and my peace. My sanity is important. Because how you going to work for somebody anyway if you're jacked up? How you going to help your family anyway if you're jacked up? If your head messed up, what you going to do?
So it's important. Protecting your peace is important. You need to create self-care regimen.
Now that's a good one. When you said, I've heard of people. I don't do it personally, and when I say don't do it personally, like I don't create one. But I mean, I go get my nails done, hair done, if that's self-care regimen, so to speak.
On a schedule.
Okay.
So you're already very organized and everything. So you just gotta make sure you put consistent self-care things on your calendar. That's for you.
Yeah, I do.
Because I know you have the husband stuff, the boys things, your career stuff.
Yeah.
But the stuff that takes care of Myia, you need to incorporate that into your schedule, have that on your calendar, and make sure you do that. I see everything else but Myia's stuff. Myia's self-care on this, not on this.
That ain't no damn.
But so self-care regimen, you have to do that. That's important. Whether that just looks like, you get your hair done every 2 weeks, your nails done every 2 weeks, pedicure every 2 weeks. You're taking a bath once a week. You have a specific day during the week that you want to take a bath with your candles and your music.
Oh, I do that.
That's all part of self-care.
Now that I do. I think that is very, and I think it works for what you want it to work for. And when I say that, I mean, like meditation. I just started to put that in my
That's a good one.
schedule, and I need it. I need it bad. With grieving and just life, with everything that goes on, I felt like, man, what is 20, 30 minutes to just sit down here by myself, wherever, and just think, just think it through, meditate on what I need to meditate on. And so I did it today for the first time, and it was actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good, and I think that makes a difference just in my day. Even though I was frustrated on certain things, and when stuff don't work out, you be like, oh.
Yeah.
And I just was like, nah, Myia, you're not gonna let that bother you. Plan B. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Show must go on.
Absolutely.
So having that, that's very important.
Yeah, yeah. But meditation is good, because I was going to actually bring that up. But meditation is
You
good.
meditate?
I said I was going to start. I don't meditate, but I do recommend that a lot to my clients.
Okay.
Meditation. But,
Okay.
I need to follow some of my own tips, some of my own recommendations that I give out. But meditation, yoga. Also, I want to get into yoga.
Okay. Never tried that.
Her yoga is very hard, but like once you
Yeah,
get
too.
used to it, it's very good. And then even if you have like your little stressful moments, like you're on 10, you might have to do some breathing. So there's like a lot of breathing exercises that you can do as well.
So I had a question. Well, not a question. Maybe a statement.
Okay.
When a lot of times you get frustrated, you're upset, you kind of going in or whatever, and people often have this slogan or this phrase that they say, don't let people get you out of character. And it's like, it's easy to say that when you got 50 other things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that one day, now I'm just giving this example because this often happens when people decide that it's easy to say that. Oh, don't let people get you out of character. Don't let people let them. And it's like, well, I gotta tell the things that just happened before now. She getting on my damn nerves, and no, I'm out of character already because at this point the piece has been broken. Everything is everything, right? All bets are off. In that type of situation, just playing devil's advocate and throwing it out there. How do you handle that? And that can go a whole lot of ways because I ain't just saying that in particular, but that situation generally. How do you do that? Because life happens to everybody.
Life definitely happens to everyone, so everyone's not going to be on an A game, on point every single day. We all have our moments where we just kind of like explode at the wrong moment, but like I said, there's practice. So like you just started with the meditation, so practicing meditation daily, incorporating that into your schedule on a daily basis, and then eventually, then you're not going to have those moments where that's going to take you where you on 20 real quick, and then you ready to beat somebody up or cuss somebody out. You be like, wait a minute. What? No, I'm not gonna let this person affect me like that. You know what? I'm gonna keep on going about my day because you're not that important.
There you go.
You're not that important.
Yeah.
Just to mess up,
and get me out of character.
Get me out of character. You're not that important to get me out of character.
Yeah.
You let somebody get you out of character like that mean they mean something. Like they're important to you.
It's an effect.
It affects you.
Definitely. So then let's add insult to injury. For those that do affect you, then it's another, now we at a different level.
So it depends on how important are these relationships, how close are they? Because can we cut them off?
That's what I was waiting on you to say. I've been waiting on her to say, it ain't nothing to cut that
Can we
for
cut
a minute.
them off?
I've been waiting for her to say it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you can cut people off.
Can we cut them off? Yes, can we cut them off? Because
hell yeah,
if they're not adding any benefit to your life, it's just completely toxicity, cut them off. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's a form of protecting your peace.
Cutting them off.
So that is what I was really getting at out of all of this. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything my friend said is very valid, and I respect everything she said. She's a great person to get advice from, just FYI. But that was the main. That's something I think it's a cultural thing, especially for Black people. we got a hard time letting people go. And I say this, and I don't mean any harm, but other nationalities, when they strict as to their rules and what's allowed and what's not allowed, or what they will tolerate and what not gonna tolerate, they don't mind putting your ass up out of there. Chop you up, son, cousin, brother, they don't care. It is what it is. You are not gonna come in and disrupt what's already been flowing. And we often have a hard time doing it. We don't like to, because it's uncomfortable. See, back to what she said, it depends on those relationships. When you really care about somebody, you don't be trying to cut them off. You don't be trying to, kind of tell them the real deal. And that's the part that's put you in that bind where you like a tug of war. You pulling, because on this side you want your peace. On this side you like, I want this, I desire this, this is what I need. But on this side it's like, I love them and I don't want to let that go, and I don't want to see what we doing.
But if you've done everything that you could possibly do,
come on, friend,
and continuously
I'm with the
you
cutoff.
are interrupting and disrupting my peace on day to day, bringing all this negativity into my life, I don't need it. I don't need you in it. Not to say we can't get back together, once you get that, whatever you got going on, what you going on. Once that is, you heal from that, got that under control, then we can revisit that. But in the meantime, no.
We can't do this.
Can't even do it. And it's okay.
It is.
It's
and
okay.
You know what, friend? That's the thing I was really finna get at. How you deal with, if it's where you draw the line to say, is it okay for me to be in a peaceful place? Because there are some relationships that are very meaningful, and it's harder to watch those relationships dwindle or go away because, like I said, that relationship has that, it's that other piece to it, that other added piece that have you connected. And so even with friendships, I say this, that's with a friendship, that's with a relationship, whether it's intimate, whether it's a family, professional, they all become hard at some point to decide where that cutoff piece is. And so standing on it is another thing we have an issue with. I've been like that where I say, I ain't dealing with this person. I'm not going to let that bother me no more. And then here I am right back cussing their ass out doing the same thing. I have a family member that often happens with it. And I had to this time say, I'm just done with it. Like, this was well before the meditation. I started meditation today, y'all. We talking about just years of constant, like you said, toxicity. And I know for me, in my experience with it, I've had a hard time with it because I know how my heart is. My heart is real nice. It's not too many people. You've often asked me like, oh yeah, you must don't like them because you ain't offered to help. I know that sounds messed up, y'all, but that's how you know that's my friend, that's my dog. Cause she know it's not too many people that's gonna say like, I don't help, I won't. I don't care who it is. That's how I am. But in learning to protect my peace and what is important for Myia, I had to stop that. Like, certain things I just have to be like, no, I'll pass. Or nah, that ain't for me. It's hard because, I'm a person, I love new opportunities. I love to grow. I love to see the difference. But if it's going to mean working these nerves up here, these wigs too damn tight, you be working nerves. For you to be working these extra nerves, I can't be doing that. It makes a difference. I know you, my friend is really sweet, y'all. I can't even get it out because she really is. She's really nice and she will let you go. Oh, and Cortnae don't stop you. She don't say like, nah, friend, none of that. Like, she don't. And I'm sitting here saying this she laughing because she know I'm not playing. She will not. You can call her and go on and on and on about your shit and she not going to say, like, well, I gotta go, or not. She don't do that. She gonna stay on the phone until you walk through it and you figure it out. And she's not your fighting friend either. Don't call her for no bullshit because she ain't gonna do it. She's gonna tell you, no, friend, I think you should figure this out a different way. Cortnae is my friend that really made me grow up. She don't know that, but she is. She that friend that make you be like, damn, hi, Cortnae. What? You know, you don't want to hear it, but you hear it. Because 9 times out of 10, she probably telling you what you need to hear. But you got the other friend that's like, bitch, that's you know, so it's like the angel and the devil. But she's a very good friend to get advice from and kind of just help in guidance. You know, she got a lot of experience in different things. And when you have seasoned friends, me, I call all my friends seasoned because everybody older than me. I'm the baby out of everybody.
I'm like, look at that. She called me an old head. Okay.
No, I'm not calling her an old head. My sister, old. She up there, you know. Y'all done have some old friends. But no, in all seriousness, all my friends, I am the youngest. I'm 27. All my friends are 30 plus. I don't even think I have one friend that's my age. Everybody is older. And I take that as a compliment, so to speak, because a lot of my friends, you're like, man, I didn't know you was that young. You know, at first, unless they grew up with me. Like, the ones that grew up, they don't count. People who meet me now are just like, you 27? For real? Because I guess it's the way I carry myself. But
okay, Mike. Don't get us started.
But for the most part, it's easier. I get a lot of wisdom, and I love that they all pour into me. You know, friend, try this, or did you think about this? Well, let's do this. She be coming up with all type of shit, but it works. It works, and it's what works for you. We all gotta set those boundaries. We all gotta say, you know, this is what I can deal with. This is what I can't deal with. And some are harder than others, but eventually you will get it, I think, for the most part. I think we all struggle.
Just practice.
Just practice.
Just practice.
How you teach yourself to say no? You sit in the mirror and say no a lot of times?
You know, just try it out with the smaller things. You be like, okay, something so simple. No. I can't. I'm sorry. No.
I had to be a part of her no experiment.
The bigger things, she was like, no. And then you be like, no. And then you just feel so proud of yourself after you said no, and then stick to your no. You feel good. And it just comes easier.
Y'all know my girl. She said no. No.
Yeah.
And
it gets forceful.
That no.
Yeah, it gets more forceful.
Y'all heard my girl. So y'all know I got my end cards. Have the end cards. This is the self edition. Because we're talking about protecting your peace, you know, that's a self thing. I can't protect Cortnae's peace. Cortnae can't protect mine. Cortnae has to protect her own peace just like I have to protect my own. She can give me advice all day long. Go, friend, you got to do this or try this or try that. But it's all up to you to decide if it's important enough for you to stick to what you're doing to do it. So because it's the self edition, we're going to answer for ourselves. So I picked 2 cards, but I think we may do some more. It just depends. This would be a good one. What do I think I have to learn about myself? I picked that one because when you're protecting your peace and trying to figure out what works for you, you're going to learn what works for you and what doesn't. Like she just said, she just started with the little things and said no. Me, I ain't starting with no little shit. I don't care what you say. No. It all depends on the person. What you think you have to learn about yourself?
What do I have to learn about myself? So,
as far as protecting your peace.
As far as protecting my peace. So the people who means a lot to me, or has some type of meaningful meaning in my life, that is a little harder for me to practice with the protect my peace and telling them no, or it's just harder to put up that boundary, with them. So I'm still a work in progress.
Learning how to put that boundary
with that,
up.
putting that boundary up with them without, just essentially making sure I'm okay. So it's a little harder.
Okay.
With the people that means a lot to me in protecting my peace. I'm still working on that. So that's still a work in progress. I'm still trying to navigate that. So it's kind of like I just need to start having a little bit more dialogue.
Okay.
with
Okay.
them.
And do you think the people that that you do that with, do you think they will be receptive to receptive to you setting those boundaries and being in a better place? Because I know it's easier to say that, and then you like, I still ain't mastered it.
Will they be receptive? I think they'll be receptive to having a conversation. They'll be receptive to it, but it's just, it needs to be a point where it doesn't matter how they feel about it. Like, this is how I feel.
This is where I'm at.
This is what I said, and I need to stick with that. And it's no negotiating anything. This is what I need.
This is what it is.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like having that conversation and sticking with that, and that's it. That's all.
I think I'm in the same place, friend. I really do. I struggle with my kids in particular. My kids, and I'll be very open and honest. I am who I am, and I have to work on it. There are certain times my child's father will make me about to just go there. And I have to really learn that about myself. Like, when you feel like you're getting to that point, you need to just cut it off in its entirety. Because getting to that point, I have children, and I don't want them to see me or look at black women, for that matter, that all black women they snap, or they don't know how to carry themselves, or they don't know how to deal with things. Because our automatic reaction is to just go off. It is. Do I think, it is a impossible thing to work on? No. But do I think it's going to need a lot of work? Yes. Because my damn mouth and everything else is...
You're making progress. Some things not going to change overnight.
It's not. But being, the best thing is acknowledgement. Being able to acknowledge it and know, I'm with you. I have a hard time, like, really putting that in perspective, because I say it. Oftentimes I'll be upset and like, man, I'm just going to leave this alone. And then you right back in that same place. And when I say same place, not like, oh, you doing it all over again, but you back in that same element, like, okay, I really need to have this conversation and put this in. Because then it continues.
Absolutely.
The pattern continues.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. What is my greatest weakness? You don't know your greatest weakness, huh, friend? Okay. You don't know? I'll answer. I think my greatest weakness is helping. I know that's a good and bad thing. It's a curse and it's a blessing. Helping could get you in a bad place or a good place. It depends on who you help. Learn that shit the hard way. And that goes so much with protecting your peace, because when you don't know how to say no to people or know how to not be in a place to say, you know what, I can't help. All help ain't good help. Just because you want to help, that don't mean your help is helping. And I had to learn that too. Your help don't always help. I was in that place when my brother passed for a long time. A lot of people was like, what can I do? What can I do? Nothing. I know that you want to help. Thank you for the salad. Thank you for the dinner rolls. But he's still not here. So that being able to decipher, like, okay, when is enough enough? That's me. What about you?
For me, giving people multiple chances. Once they have showed their ass the first time, that should be it over and over again. But so that's something that I'm working on. You know, just once kind of you burn me the first time, just let it go.
That greatest weakness, just letting it go.
Just let it go. Yeah.
So okay, friend, if you had to give us one experience, a short experience of where you have utilized, and it could be recent or old, utilized protecting your peace and why you felt like in that situation it was absolutely needed. Because I know a lot of times, big and small, like you said, you start small. You started with your little nose, and then you said, okay, I'm going to get to my big nose. Even in that, there something set that out for you. It's just like, okay, I got to start, taking accountability and like, nah, I can't do this. Or taking myself back, like, no, I can't do this. So give me a small experience. A small experience, don't have to be nothing in depth. Something where you are really able to acknowledge, okay, I'm taking me back. I'm protecting my peace. And why you felt like it was necessary in that situation.
I used to say I wouldn't be doing this, but that block feature on your phone. Hey.
I'm good at that.
I gotta do all that to block you. With that block feature on your phone,
that shit work. It make you feel so good.
It does. It does.
The fact that their ass can't dial back.
Can't dial back. Can't text.
Can't start 6-7. Can't do shit. And I'm so cold. I block your ass through Xfinity. Fuck that block feature. I'm going online. Put your number in that shit. By the time you call my shit back, it's gonna say the subscriber you have reached is currently disconnected. Yeah, I know.
Oh, you need to show me how to do that.
Okay, show me how to do that. That's some shit that Xfinity got it, Sprint got it, and AT&T got it. I know for a fact. Yeah. Just helping y'all out. Block their ass through the damn cellular company. I bet you their ass can't get through.
Yeah.
Cause see, with the block, they can start 6-7. So like if you block them on your phone, they can start 6-7 and then call you. It's just gonna come up no call ID, private, whatever. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know who you block, so you know who calling private. Nah. Blocking their ass through that cellular subscriber hit different. That damn cellular company, they gonna shut your ass out. Ain't no start 6-7. That's a whole different. I'm sorry.
Show me, please.
I sure go on there. So many damn numbers on that damn thing.
Yeah. That's a wonderful feature.
It is, because it just takes you completely out of the game. It takes you away from all that bullshit. At that point, we ain't gotta go back and forth. You ain't gotta call. I ain't gotta call. We ain't gotta talk. That's definitely.
You feel better. You feel better.
You just blocked the motherfucker friend and just said, it's over.
I thought I was doing something. I blocked your ass. Okay. Because I don't block people. I'm nice. I give you like all these chances. But yeah, block.
You feel good.
Feel good.
Yeah.
Feel good. Feel real good.
Yeah, I know you do. Shit. That block feature, yeah, she right about that. I think for me, when was the last time? Oh, recently. I had to, I ain't gonna even go in depth about the situation, but there was a situation with a family member where I felt like it was better for me to not have a conversation. It's easier to say, oh yeah, I'm gonna address it. And not that I don't want to address it, it's not the time. Right now, I'm in a place of trying to get my peace in order, get my life organized. And not that it's not organized, but to put it in perspective for me where I'm comfortable with where everything is physically, emotionally, financially, and talking about certain things, dealing with certain things, addressing certain things is just not what I'm going to do. With that particular situation, I just said, you know what? I'm not going to have that conversation. Do what you're going to do. Have at it. And I'm moving around. And I use the block feature too. But it was more so just you gonna need me before I need you type of situation. And not to be an asshole about it, because I'm very humble. I love that I have come this far, because I ain't always been this sane and calm, and it's been a long road. But to just be like, it's a wrap. Like, I'm cool. I don't have nothing else to give. I'm good. You entitled. And do what you gotta do. Like, I don't even want to fight your process. I don't want to speed up your process. Take all your time. Because I'm going to take mine.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take mine. Take your time. Do what you got to do. Because I'm over it. In real life, I'm over it.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Did you enjoy yourself, friend?
I had a good time. I hope you invite me back again.
Yes, we're going to have to do something else. Cause I always got to give you the good, serious stuff, because this is my friend that's going to always drop the knowledge. You know, she's going to always come through with the knowledge, with the wisdom, trying to empower. She's never with the judgment, never with the, well, what you going to do with that? Like, okay, so how we going to figure this out? You know? It's never like, what you gonna do. It's always like, okay, well, let me know if you need, which I love that. Those are always great attributes to have in a friend. So protecting your peace was definitely something I knew she could drop some knowledge on. I told y'all my friend is nice. But y'all see, she gonna learn that no word good.
I know.
So that's good. That's good. So this is Memoirs and Some, the podcast. I am your host, Myia Dominique, myself and my friend, Miss Cortnae. We are out for the day, guys.